Okay, so it's just a test stream. Actually, I should have disabled restreamer to not stream anything. Yeah, so basically, apparently, there is a problem in the latest version of OBS, and that's what I'm facing, I think. At least CPU. So I've downgraded to at least lower version, 25.7, and it seems to be way better. So frames are dropping like crazy, but it should be right, I think. So I'll give it a try, and later a bit. I'm in kind of on the call, but maybe I can try. So the stream might interrupt unexpectedly. Let's see. Yeah, so let's see. At least I will at least check that. So when we do this, we load the stripe object, and now we have this object here called stripe. And that's probably not going to be added to the actual replay, I think. And after we have the stripe, what we need to do is we need to instantiate it. So because I'm doing it with Elm, what I'm going to do is I'm going to instantiate before I initialize Elm. And then I don't actually need anything from this guy, but one method. And the method is called redirect to checkout. So what I want to create is a function which allows me to redirect to checkout. And this function accepts the session ID. And the session ID is a string. As you see, I'm writing kind of TypeScript, so maybe I'll add a TypeScript there, or maybe not, maybe I'll just leave it. This function is very simple. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this, and the ID will come from session ID. We can actually do this. So what we can do with Elm now is, if I capture app thing here, if I try to console log the app, if you've never done Elm, it kind of gets confusing a bit when you work with ports, so I will go with you over the ports tutorial. But basically by default, Elm is just an app, like a simple, it gives you nothing, and you can't really attach anything to the Elm. It's like a black box. So to make it not black box, what we need is to have ports. And for that, I need to say port in here. And then I need to define a couple of ports. So we're only going to do the port which will send the message. So this is the port send message, and this port, instead of send message, is going to say redirect to checkout. And it just sends a string and a CMD message. I can actually create a type alias if I want here to, but I'm going to start simple. So this compiles, and what we need to do is actually use this. So let's see how this is used. So there is the reason why we need to use it is because if we don't actually use it, and that confused the hell out of me when I was looking at it before. If we don't use it, you'll see it's still empty. I cannot do anything. So I need to attach somehow to this guy. So the way for Elm to actually put it there, and as I said, stream might interrupt. Oh, the connection is pretty bad. So what we need to do is to have this send message here executed somewhere. So if I have, as you can see, I don't even have an update function. So what we need to have is the whole browser element thing. So I'm just gonna add element, I think. So I have this guy, oops, not this guy, element. Whoop. So what's, oh yeah, my favorite break thingy. It's the most disorganized stream so far. So that element is a snippet which allows me to get all the functions that I need. Essentially, I need to have a model. Let's see, where's my model? So right now, no model has all of this just, and yes, we do need all of this. We're gonna save and see if we got any problems anywhere. So element actually did all of this. It put module main, exposing all of this jazz. I'm gonna add a port here, and we need to import HTML and the browser. So this, and let's remove this, and let's see if this works now. Okay, so we're getting type model has its property type and its definition. Probably need to change the declaration to something like type alias model. And bound type variable. What? Ah, yeah, what is this property type? Okay. Okay, so import nav exposing and import URL. I don't have nav here, so let's see where this nav comes from. So we have a navigation. So everything you need is practically here in Elm Guide. If you haven't read this one, it has everything. So we need import HTML, import URL, and import browser navigation as navigation. Here we go. And I believe URL is actually not in Elm core. I think URL is actually part of so what's doing now? I can find URL. Okay, so maybe we need to do something like Elm install Elm URL. Okay, so it was indirect dependency added to direct, and now we can use it. Cool. So here's our initial values, which is gonna be there's gonna really be key in the URL. So the URL will be, I guess, URL URL.url. It's refusing to give me any like good explanation. What I usually do with Elm is that I have a dash open, and keep in mind I haven't done any Elm for almost like 2 or 3 months, so my skills are a bit off, let's say. Okay, so we can use the from string. And actually, if we need, we should be able to just grab the initial values from the page. So if I go to navigation, then let's just look at the new function. Model key your okay, so like this. I remember I didn't set them manually, so this was wrong. Plugs. The URL and keys are provided by Elm environment, so we don't actually need to do anything. Right, it needs to be a browser application also, I think. Because the browser element does not... How the heck they did this? Like, the browser element snippet is really bad. So maybe I'll find like an application snippet instead. Here we go. So this is an application snippet. I think that's better one. Let's look at the problems. On bound type variable. Then we have initial value, which is URL equals URL, key equals key. And what else we have? says URL should be without this if. So it's, yeah, I forgot this index completely. I'm like, turn. Why don't you need this? Okay, this is it, I think. Other way around. Key URL. Okay, so it looks like we're almost there. Remain specified type from JavaScript, but type is like given as a flex. I'm going to expect a sneak and crash up. Let's not have flex. Okay, so it needs us to tell it what the flex is. So let's say type ls flex is nothing. So what it doesn't like, I can get it. It's kind of hard when you're listening to something else. So I think the stream is going fine. So I'm going to report to the thing that the drop frames are most likely due to problems in my connection. I'm going to report that it's better quality at least. And yes, and when I get off my call, because I'm on the call at the same time, I will resume the stream.